edit this out, edit this out, edit this out.
That's pretty.
Please don't edit that out.
Now we need to keep that in.
Oh, crap. Welcome to a brand new episode of Roll.Hit.Die. I am your Dungeon Master, Henry, and with me, as always, are my friends. Let's say hi. Hello, friends.
Hello, this is Sam. You may also know me as Peanut.
Hey, this is Stephanie, also known as Service.
Hi everyone, this is David, also known as Janos.
And I'm Janelle, playing Bloom Shakalaka.
All right. Well, good to see everybody. And if you are joining us in the middle of our story, you might want to go back and listen to a little bit of our previous episodes because we are in the middle of quite a few things. But right now we are in a cave, and I believe we were going to do a long rest. And when I say we, I mean you, because the Dungeon Master gets no rest. But in our last episode, we, or you, weighed the pros and cons of killing a child, decided not to for now, and you are going to proceed after resting to the town of Exhaustion, where you hope a sort of powerful matriarchal figure named Byronari may know what to do with this kid, or at least might have some advice on what you should do ever in your life. She's the one that sent Orion to the Underdark, and she seems to be very wise and knowledgeable about such things. So, long rest.
I'm just glad we're taking a long rest before going to Exhaustion.
Right? Because it's going to be
Invigorating.
tiring. Okay.
Yeah.
Have we
Seems appropriate.
officially slept, or is this pre-long rest?
Yeah, I mean, so far, you guys have really just been talking about the boy and what to do with him, or what not to do with him, and about the danger associated with him, because he has an explosive device implanted in his chest. It will only go off, as far as you know, and as far as he knows that he's told you, if he is to die. So either keep him close and safe, or distant and dead. But
One thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was going to say one thing I was curious about, too, since he's going to need to protect himself. The staff that he's carrying will recharge after we rest. We're all comfortable with that, right?
I think so.
Looking at you, Sarvis.
Are you guys comfortable with that?
I gotta tell you, Janos is thinking about stealing that staff.
If we get another battle, it'd be nice, I guess, for him to be able to protect himself. But it is a little unnerving that he might be able to wield that for evil.
he will wake up with a loaded gun, so to speak.
Do we have anything in the bag of holding that we can, like, swap it out with? So he can at least still protect himself, but...
Here's a lollipop.
Here's a wooden dagger.
I don't remember. Do y'all know what's in the bag of holding? I know we have a bunch of stuff in there, but in any case, I kind of feel like we're committing to taking him to Exhaustion, and you know, at this point, we're kind of trusting him and at the mercy that he's not going to do anything evil.
Okay. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Cool.
So, are we awake or are we still asleep? Or...
Well, are you guys going to keep watch through the night?
Yes.
I knew you were going to say yes, but I wanted to make sure you weren't the only one staying awake.
Yeah, Orion for sure will. I can imagine will want to keep tabs on things as well.
That's true. Okay. Well, I won't. Give me a rundown on who's taking first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth watch, that kind of thing. And now, Bloom, as an elf, you don't have to sleep. You really just sort of trance out for like 4 hours or something, right?
Don't I? Yes. I think it's 4 hours, and that counts as a long rest.
Right.
Just raving in the corner. I'm resting.
Okay.
I mean, I can go first. Well, what makes sense? Do you guys want to sleep? I just need, I guess, 4 hours, so I'll go around whatever schedule you guys want.
I can go second.
I'll go third.
And Peanut will happily go last.
So Orion goes first.
Okay. Yeah, the only reason I ask is because there is a chance that you will encounter, or a wandering monster will encounter you, I guess, since you'll be sitting still, and it will be potentially wandering through the area that you are inhabiting right now. So I just wanted to know who it might run into, or who might spot it.
Oh, geez.
If there is one, there might not be one. Let me see here.
A fire elemental spawns right on top of Baby Dromic.
Right. No. Okay. Actually, you lucked out. It's a peaceful night, a quiet night. No further sounds from the pit. You don't hear anything from any direction of this tunnel that you've been marching through. So,
Good.
Yeah, the night passes uneventfully. You all rest, and you get back to your spell slots. You heal up, and you are good to go.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Feels good to be rested.
Is there anything you would like to do before you head out on the next leg of your journey to the surface?
Well, clean up the, like the camp spot. You gotta leave no trace, kind of thing.
Leave the campsite better than we found it.
Yeah, the Boy Scout rule.
Smart.
Okay, just kick all your garbage into the pit.
But not the kid.
Oh, boom. Okay. So you did cut out a little. I said cut out, but you camped out, or bedded down for the night a little earlier than you may have had you not faced combat and that sort of thing. So you do have pretty much a whole day to travel to get to exhaustion, if you want to make it in one shot. So you can get there earlier in the day if you sort of do the, we're being chased, we better run kind of speed. Or if you want to stealth, honestly, you might get to the point where you need to rest again. So do we want to try to stealth through, or do we want to try to hustle?
Let's power walk through it.
That's right.
The mall's
Sure.
Walk in the mall. Walk in the mall.
Yeah, I think we should go
Okay.
fast.
Okay.
Let's tie a cowbell on Dromic too.
Just like a beacon for monsters to come kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One of those Apple tags.
That's awesome.
So if you're hustling, everybody give me a perception check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, 32.
7.
29.
22.
Why do I even ask? Okay. So yeah, you don't hear anything, but Bloom with you said a 32?
Yeah, my first
Okay.
roll was a natural 20, and I had 35.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Nice. So, with that roll, as you are walking by sort of a crack, sort of there are occasional little side tunnels. Shut up, Sam. Can't even say the word crack around you guys. Jeez.
Pull up your pants, Orion.
Yeah. So so you see this little sort of starfish-like dark place. No.
Don't it make my brown eye blue?
Okay,
Lord.
there is a pucker in the cave where
What have we become?
okay. No, Bloom, you as you're walking, you sort of cast your eyes to the side as you pass by sort of a God, I gotta say it, a crack in the tunnel. And because there are other tunnels that shoot off of this one, but smaller and for the most part, they don't seem very easily traveled. Just very narrow. But you happen to cast your eyes through one, and you catch what look like eyes. Not like a pair of eyes, but it's as if several creatures with single large eyes may have been there, and you just catch a glimpse at like a shadowy figure. It's round, or they are round. Seems to be more than one, and they're in shadow. You have dark vision, so you make out some of it, but round figure, single central eye in each of them, and you sort of catch a glimpse of those as you pass by, and it catches your eye.
As
Yeah.
a druid, would I recognize the eyes?
Just that perception check, just you catch a glimpse of them. If you want to look at them further, you're going to have to stop moving and actually, sort of stop and peek in. But based on that check, well, give me a nature roll.
19.
19.
Nice.
They, again, with, you just sort of saw them and you kept going, and I assume maybe you're slowing down, or you're telling people to slow down, or are you going to keep moving as you go? I don't know. But first glance, quick glance, you may have just walked past a couple of beholders.
Meanwhile,
jeez.
Janice is like, he's playing with Marvin. A coochie, coochie, coochie. Who's a little pseudo dragon?
All right. Bloom is not Googling beholders right now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
But again,
have they
you
seen
pass
us?
by very quickly,
very quickly.
so you're not totally sure. But out
I
of the
mean,
side of your eye, big
If I
round
even think it's a
things.
beholder, it's enough. I mean, it's enough for me to probably freak the fuck out. So, I feel like I would cast my thorn wall right up against that crack, and we
Oh.
can keep going.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. Are you going to tell anybody what you're doing, or are you just like,
Yeah.
this place looks like it could use some thorns?
Well, if we're moving quickly, I would say, "Oh fuck," and then I would shoot just the thorn wall right up, right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That's how
Go
I would
right
handle
ahead.
that. Okay.
So yeah, you have now thorn walled a crack, and so yeah, you just keep moving. You tell everybody, there might have been something there.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. Are you going to tell them what you
Yeah.
think it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Shit. Some beholders.
there's a freaking beholder in there, I think.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Ah, jeez. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to keep moving unless we need to stop and kill them.
How long does Thornwall last, by the way?
And while you're looking, is a beholder Lovecraftian? Or at least Lovecraftian adjacent?
Yeah, I think maybe inspired by, but I don't know if he had any direct hand in that.
Because they look real scary.
Yeah.
Thornwall lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. So basically, your plan is to cast that, hope they don't notice or care, and keep hustling for 10 minutes, and hopefully by then you'll be.
Far enough away.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless I shoot up the thorn wall and somebody objects to us continuing.
Oh, no. I mean, beholders, and we got a bomb with us. So
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, no, thank you for having our back.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Either that or throw him at him.
Hey, kid. There's some beauty in that thing. Go look for it.
You wanna learn how to fly?
Okay. So we're gonna keep on moving. Let's say, yeah, the 10 minutes passes, and through that time, well, actually, everybody give me another perception check just to see. Since I assume you're listening, is something trying to scurry through the thorns or anything like that?
Is it still with disadvantage this time?
Good question.
Yeah, because you're walking very quickly.
18.
8.
15.
Ooh, 26.
Thank God for Sarbis.
Yeah.
Sarbis,
God
what's
for y'all.
happening?
Let me check.
I'll give a roll for Orion also. Orion got a decent roll too. So, yeah, the only noise that you really hear as you keep going is your own footfalls, just the party. There's no sign of anything, clawing through. Well, they don't have claws, but blasting through a thorn wall or anything like that.
They wouldn't just be like, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, they
Okay.
like cast some horrific ray and blast through it.
Oh.
So you don't hear anything like that.
Ugh.
Yeah. So let's keep going. Run. Give me another perception check for the next chunk of the journey.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
22.
Oh,
14.
I don't know. 20. 13.
19.
Okay. I'll do it right. Ooh, he got a 1. Okay. But there were some decent rolls in there. But yeah, again, you detect nothing. If there's anything alive down here, it's either asleep or not making very much noise. So yeah,
Cool.
keep on running. And let's just for the sake of moving things along, let's just do one more perception check, and we'll just sort of call that for the rest of the day, unless you hear something that makes you want to stop.
30.
Ooh,
25.
4.
15.
Okay. With a 30, so like I said, this is just your general, awareness for the rest of the journey, and I'm assuming let's fast forward a little bit through like breaking for lunch and that kind of thing. But with that roll, after 6 or 7 hours of running or marching, quick march, Peanut, you hear what sounds like, at first you think it's thunder, or maybe even an explosion. And part of that is I think you're still thinking about what was on the other end of this tunnel in the Underdark, lots of big booming thundering things. But it sounds more constant than that, and it occurs to you that what you're hearing is sort of a roaring sound of wind. And it's like wind through a tunnel. And based on what Orion has told you, these tunnels open up into some mines, some silver mines that were previously the source of income for the city of Exhaustion and sort of went dry a while ago. But you hear a lot of wind, even before you get to the mine portion of the tunnels. Yeah, it's just constant.
Do you guys hear that? I hear a lot of wind.
That's strange. Can I do like a nature check to see if I would know if it's a normal thing around here? Or...
Sure.
Do it.
I'm doing one too.
All right, peer pressure. I'm doing one too.
Sweet. 21.
26.
Nice. There you go.
6. Something has clearly taken my attention away.
Right?
Squirrel.
Yeah. So, yeah, as you close in on how do I say this? So, the only thing you can think of is that there is some extreme weather at the opening of these mines. There should not be anything underground that can generate that. And you're thinking, maybe it's just the wind blasting in through the opening of the mine, and it's just, because it's a enclosed space, it's just sort of echoing and getting funneled through here. And as you get to the entrance or into where it is actually a mine, and you start to see, instead of just a rough tunnel, you start to see that it's sort of squared off and it's supported by wooden beams and things like that. And the sound, eventually you can all hear it, and it is this it's not completely steady, but it is repeating and sort of overlapping. Like there'd be one big source of wind, and it starts to die down, and then there's another, and then there's and it's just it's almost like crashing waves, but it doesn't sound like water. It sounds like wind. And as you get to the further into the mines and closer to the surface, and Orion, he's sort of squinting. He's saying, "I don't know what that noise is all about." There, the weather in this area is not usually like that. It's usually pretty chill, but obviously it wasn't like this when I came down here. And he says, it's just one more turn, go around this bend, and it opens up. And by this time, you can all feel not direct wind. It's not like somebody has a fan pointed into the mines, but just changes in the air as you get closer to the opening. And yeah, and you gonna do anything, prepare anything before you head towards the entrance of this?
Well, so what's baby drop? Yeah, that's not ominous at all.
That is a big question.
Yeah.
So what's your fate, guys?
Yeah. So are you getting prepared or not?
I mean, I just mean, are you gonna secure your I don't know what I'm trying to ask. I just want to make sure that if there's anything you want to have done before you step out into the open air.
Yeah.
Is there anything y'all want to do before some shit does or does not go down in a second?
Yeah. Exactly. So what's Baby Dromic doing? Can we ask him if he recognizes this wind? Maybe, or
good idea.
If he recognizes it?
Yeah.
Okay. He sort of squints and he listens, and he says, "You know what it sounds like to me? Wind." Gosh, guys.
Okay. It's comments like that that'll make you go boom.
No, I'm being serious. It just sounds like wind. I don't know.
I'm just a kid.
What makes me the expert?
Not a meteorologist.
I don't know anything about meteors.
I'll ask Orion, how far away is this woman we're going to go chat with? Is it a far run? How prepared do we need to be for this distance?
Oh, okay. Well, he says that part of there are elements of the town that are right around the entrance to this mine. There will be some some like supply sheds, and there's a barracks where the miners would hang out sometimes. And a few scattered homesteads, ranches, that kind of thing that are nearby. But in terms of getting, sort of to the center of the city, he says, it's maybe an hour walk.
Are we able to detect whether or not that's magic? Like the wind is being caused by a spell?
Give me an Arcana check.
21.
Ooh, natural 20, 24.
Nice.
Got a 20.
There you go.
A 6.
Okay. Bloom, this is 100% a spell. It's everyone's favorite spell. Random continuous wind. But everyone else is like, yeah, no. There are spells, like elemental spells, where you could, like Gust of Wind, Sarbis recently cast, but that would be sort of more unidirectional and constant. And there's I think there's a Wall of Wind spell that you might be familiar with, but this feels like it's shifting and changing a little bit too much to be that also. So it doesn't ring any spell bells.
Okay. Do we feel like we're prepared to run out there?
Are we sending Dromic out first?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanna?
No.
Maybe last in case he gets like blown away.
Why did I have my umbrella open?
Damn it, kid.
I tie my cape on him.
Okay. Okay. So you approach the opening to the to the mines, and again, the wind is stronger now, obviously, because you seem to be nearer the source of it. But it's sort of shifting and random. And give me one more perception check. I know this is a lot of perceiving, but it's what it is.
15.
11.
19.
24.
Okay. Now, in addition to the wind, you hear some shouting, and you hear I guess you would recognize this as sort of the sound of battle, but not like huge battle, like the whole Underdark is on fire kind of battle, but like, a handful of people against something. But as you peek out of the mine, you see what Orion described. There are a few buildings, pretty shabby and disrepair, look like little sheds and things like that. And in the distance, some ranches and things like that. And sort of on the horizon, you do see what could be distant structures. It's hard to say. Your eyes are sort of adjusting to the light as you step out of this tunnel. But what you do see is their backs are to you, so you can't quite make out their features or their race. They are humanoid, and they are armored and armed. And they are getting thrown about by a pair of creatures that, let me see, would anybody recognize? Yeah, well, it's, it almost looks like a couple of tornadoes with faces are slapping these guys around as these guys try to fight them off. And you do see some bodies around.
Are there sharks in there?
Shirts?
Sharks?
Oh, sharks. No sharks.
Okay. Whew. Okay.
Yeah. You don't want to mess with Sharknado. But yeah, these tornadoes don't they're not just, sort of carving a path through the landscape. They're like moving around like under their own will, sort of. And if you want to give me a nature check, you might be able to identify these.
Ooh, 23.
22.
7.
19.
So, Sarbis, you're like, that's some strange weather we're having, but I think the rest of you recognize these as air elementals. And they appear, and like I said, there's some other bodies around. They appear to have been kicking the ass of a party of armed individuals, and there are a couple of those armed individuals left, but like I said, they're getting tossed around pretty seriously. It does not go well.
Would we know like the weakness of an air elemental, like mud, or
I
don't know.
You know the weakness. Give me an. Well, there were some pretty decent nature checks in there. I think you would be aware of, like most elementals, they tend to be resistant to non-magical attacks. I think you would be generally aware of that. And there are probably a lot of conditions that they would be immune to, like you can't knock them down. You know, they can't be prone or paralyzed or grappled, stuff like that.
They can't be sickened though.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. They can't be poisoned, but it doesn't say anything about sickening. But they cannot be paralyzed, restrained, unconscious, exhausted, petrified, poisoned, or prone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and you think part of the reason why these humanoids that are getting buffeted by the wind, you think part of their problem is that maybe their attacks are not from magical weapons, so they are just not doing anything to these things.
So I think Janos just looks at the rest of the party and then looks at Baby Dromic, and I just ask folk, like, do we want to just stealth through these guys and kind of see if we can get away without having to fight this until we can get Dromic into a safe place? Or we could just leave him here and go fight. Tell him to take cover.
Maybe it would make sense to destroy them and leave Dromic in the safety of the tunnel.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm in.
Let's do it.
So you're going to leave him in the tunnel and charge out into battle, is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Are we leaving him with Orion as a last bit of defense?
Good idea.
Or I look at Sarbis, maybe. Is Orion, would Orion come with us, I guess?
Do we think that Dromic needs protection?
Well,
I mean, if something would happen to him while we
Would
were
we
away,
be
that would-
a healthy distance away from him if something were to happen?
yeah, I mean,
think
he'd be in the confined space of this mine, and you would be out in the open fighting these things. So it's reasonably safe to say that you would be... I mean, I don't know, exactly how far you will end up from him, but I think it's safe to say that you'll be a fair distance from him.
I think I was more thinking of the beholders or anything else that's in that cave that might sneak up on him while we were in there. So I guess if that happens, he could hightail it out of there. And he has his staff, so there's that.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave him.
Okay, so yeah, he stays in the mine, and I guess everybody else, give me an initiative roll.
Hell yeah. Initiative.
17 for Bloom.
23 for Janos.
18 peanut.
26.
Go Sarvis.
Nice.
Damn.
That's cool.
And I will roll for Orion. Okay, first up is Sarbis. So you're at the exit of this mine, about not in melee range, but about 50 or 60 feet away are these figures and these air elementals, totally within range of your bow or whatever.
All right. Well, clearly I did not know what an air elemental was, but I'm going to start shooting at it anyway.
Okay.
And I got a 30
Sure you did.
Ooh.
and 16 damage.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Second hit, 23.
Yeah.
All right. And 16 damage. And then I got my last one, and that was a 19.
That'll hit.
17 damage.
Good lord.
Nice.
Okay. Well, these sort of big windy figures, take when you first pull your bowstring back, you're not sure, like, will an arrow actually do anything to this, but it is a magical bow, so you've got that going for you. And sure enough, these arrows just rip right through it, and it's as if part of them is just torn away with each arrow. That the arrows go right through. There's nothing really to sink into, but it's like they're just ripping away part of this little tornado-y figure with each shot. And yeah, this thing is actually it's as if there's less wind. Like it took some serious hits, but it is up next, and it turns and sees you, and it zooms towards you, flying at an extremely fast speed, and it attempts to slam into you with sort of a windy appendage. And will a 22 hit you?
Ooh, yes.
Okay. And you take 17 points of bludgeoning damage as it just crashes into you.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, and it does the same thing again a second time. Oof, this time it rolls a 26 to hit.
Oh.
And 16 points of damage.
Yee. Okay.
Jeez.
Next up is Orion. He also has a longbow. And he takes a shot at the one that is attacking you. He does not care for that. And he hits. Just a measly 7 points of damage. But he gets a second shot. And that is Is that a hit? That is a hit also. And this time... Oh, nice. That time it is 13 points of damage. All right. So, yeah, you guys are... Again, there's nothing that sort of slows down the arrows, but they just rip chunks out of this thing as they go. And this thing's looking actually pretty rough. It's like if a tornado can look shredded, like like a flag that's been whipped through the wind too much, it's kind of like that. But Janos, you are up next.
Well, I'm gonna stick to the classic and do some Eldritch Blasts at the tornado attacking Bloom. I mean, Sardis. Sorry.
Okay.
The first one is a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
15
Damage.
15 damage. Okay. So yeah, it looks like you're casting an Eldritch Blast into a blender. It just sort of hits and swirls and rips some of the thing away as it goes. It's pretty impressive.
That's an awesome visual. Second blast is 27
That's a hit.
with 9 for damage.
All right. With that hit, again, it's like throwing it into a blender, but then it's as if the pitcher of the blender sort of disappears, and what was holding it in goes away, and the Eldritch Blast and the wind just sort of spin away and disappear into nothing as this elemental dissolves into nothingness.
Oh, that's so cool.
But the second one sees that and says, "Gary, no!"
Well, I'm gonna shoot at that guy.
Okay, I thought you might.
So 32 to hit. And then
Jeez, yeah.
16.
Ouch. Okay. You're fresh blender, but you've started making quite the Eldritch Blast smoothie in this guy as well. All right. Anything else from you?
That's it. That's it for me.
Okay. Peanut,
All
you're
right,
up.
am I within 60 feet of Gary's friend?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to hit him with a level 4 Dissonant Whisper. Shh. And the damage is 18. Will that hit?
Let's see. He gets a saving throw, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's wisdom, right?
Yes, of 17.
Okay. He gets a 6, so he hears you say, "Gary's burning in hell now and you're next," and he gets very upset.
That sounded pretty macho for Peanut.
Sorry, I was going for dissonant.
Oh,
not
yeah.
Macho.
Those are dissonant sounds.
Yeah.
Auga.
Okay. Bloom, you are up.
Wait, you didn't ask me if that's all I wanted to do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that all you'd like to do, Peanut?
Yes.
Okay. Bloom, you're up.
Okay. How far is this elemental away from us right now?
Oh, it's about 40 feet or so.
Okay. Well, in between the person who's closest to him, I would like to cast Spike Growth.
Just okay.
Would that not work?
Spike growth. How tall are the spikes? Well,
It just says 20-foot radius.
right, but this
Is it
thing is
floating?
not really like walking around on the ground. It's sort of, yeah, they're sort of flying. I'm not saying they're never touching the ground, but they're not really.
Seems like
you
the
know,
wind would. Tornadoes touch
gravity-
the ground, right?
That's a fair point.
I believe so. I think that's fair.
If you don't want me to cast it, Henry, just tell me.
It's not what I want. It's what the game demands. Yeah, they hover. I mean, they are like tornadoes, but they don't really. You know, I'm thinking about the librarian in Ghostbusters. Like, she doesn't really have feet. You know, she's standing there, but she doesn't have feet. She doesn't really touch the ground. So I don't know that this would affect him.
Okay. Well, then I won't do that
Yeah.
because you're fighting me on it. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
Yeah, and I would assume that Bloom is looking at it and saying, you know, that thing's not quite touching the ground.
I don't know how high Spike Growth is either, so I can't. It doesn't say. It says it's 20 feet, but yeah. Okay. Well, then I
Yeah,
will just
I mean,
throw
yeah.
some fire at it like Janos did.
Okay.
Approved.
19 to hit.
Yes. You are making a fire smoothie.
21.
Oh man, that must be so cool.
Good lord. Okay, yeah, it's just this whirling firestorm, and this thing has no blood, but it is bloodied. Just lots of the wind sort of burns away, and it looks smaller and lesser for the damage you've done. But anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Let's see. This air elemental is up next, and let's see. It saw Janos kill Gary, and it's mad. So I think it charges towards Janos at just crazy speed, like really fast, and attempts to slam into you. I think that's a miss. Yeah, that's a 10. So it misses you, but then it takes another pass, and that's a 19. I don't think that'll hit you, will it?
My AC is 20.
Nope. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, he takes a couple of attacks, and he misses on both of them, and that brings us to the top of the order, which is Zarbus.
Finish him.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Well, since I know that arrows work against them, I will just keep on doing what works. And got a 19
Okay.
and 15 damage.
That'll hit.
Whew.
Okay.
All right. Second one got a 29 and 15 damage.
Damn.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this you're just ripping through him with those arrows and taking him apart, and there is not much left. Yeah, it's looking real rough. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Orion is up next, but you know what? I don't want to give the kill to an NPC. So let's skip him. Janos, you're up.
So we'll do it again. Stick to what works. Same as Sarvis and Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Oh, a natural 1.
I shoot myself in the foot.
Oh no.
Yeah. You almost hit one of the soldiers that was getting beat up before you guys showed up. You're just like, Jesus, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So, you got another shot in you?
Yeah. So the next one is an 18
Okay. That hits.
For damage, 13.
Okay. The crackling eldritch energy swirls around in the tunnel of wind and just rips it apart, and it dissipates like Gary did. Yeah, poor Gary.
Go be with Gary.
Go be with Gary. And both elementals are gone, and the two combatants that were already there and getting smacked around sort of turn and look at you, and they're like, I don't know who you are, but thank goodness you showed up.
They're talking to Service.
No, they're talking to Janos.
That's true, Janos. You did destroy them.
It was a group effort. So yeah, I'm like, no worries. It's just a small fee that you have to pay for our services. 50 gold, maybe?
They look at each other like, oh, I guess bring them back, because I've only got a couple of silver on me.
That'll do.
I guess we'll just die then. You notice that they are, well, everybody give me a quick perception check on them. But while you're doing that, I will tell you that one of them is a Triton, which is unusual because you rarely see them in this area.
4.
27.
27.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I got a 17.
Okay. They are, they're both wearing scale mail. One's a Triton. One looks like he's not quite an elf, maybe a half elf. But they, the way they are armed and armored, they look like they are part of a sort of an organized force. They're not just random adventurers. And looking at the bodies of their fallen comrades, the same. These were some sort of organized patrol out here, and yeah, they seem to be. It's not like a military organization that you recognize, like the war that has been going on for years. They don't look like, the Geltian Alliance or anything like that. They are just, some other force that you're not familiar with. But Orion steps forward, and they take note of him, and the Triton says, "Oh, Mr. Waycaster, you're back. A lot of us didn't think you would make it." And Orion sort of shrugs, and he looks at all of you, and he says, I had some help. And he says, we're headed to town. And they say, oh, okay, well, I'm sure you're expected. Although, like I said, I don't think we expected you to live, but Byronari seems to know things before they happen, so I'm sure she's expecting you. Thank you again for your help. And they sort of, part and let you pass. And they say, be careful. I know town's not far, but there's just a weird amount of elemental attacks going on. We've had 5 in the past month.
Interesting. All of the same element? Are they all wind elementals or different types of elementals?
Oh no. They've been a few different kinds. We've seen some fire, seen some air, like these guys. Yeah, just seems random, except for the fact that they're all elementals of some sort.
Mhm.
A few mephits, that kind of thing. We can't explain it.
Interesting.
We've asked Byronari, but she doesn't say anything about it.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we have better luck. Y'all be careful out there. I like your shoes, by the way. I could also receive that as payment. Just kidding. Y'all just get along.
For a second, he's like, oh, okay. Oh no, it's a joke. Okay.
So we grab Baby Dromic and head towards town.
Okay. As you get closer to town, well, a couple of things you notice. First of all, the horizon where the town should be, it looks sort of hazy, like you can't quite make out the buildings. So the hazy town is in the distance. You're getting closer, but we're going to have to make our way there in our next episode because we are out of time. But thank you all for joining us for Roll.Hit.Die.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Roll.Hit.Die. We love you.
Hi everyone, this is Janos. Thanks for listening. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow at Roll.Hit.Die on Twitter and at Roll.Hit.Die Pod on Instagram. You can even learn more on our website at Roll.Hit.Die.com.